Afternoon.
Afternoon, Ringwraps.
It's Big Alfie from Heavyweight News. The only place to come for all your heavyweight updates.
How are you, mate?
It's a bit fresh.
What? It's a bit fresh out here. You've had to get your windbreaker.
We ain't no breaking wind now, right? Mate, it's been a while. Obviously, it's a funny old year. Frustrating that we can't do things properly as we like to, in person on the road.
Agreed.
But needs must. Content's got to get done. The news has got to get told. So let's jump straight in there. Well, heavyweight news. There's only one place to be this weekend.
Absolutely, mate. We've got a lot of boxing coming up, haven't we?
There is.
Let's be honest.
It's Halloween.
It's definitely Fright Night on the horizon. It really is, mate. I'm actually, I'm scared myself. There's two very strange characters going blow to blow this weekend.
So are we gonna actually, for the people that ain't boxing anoraks, are we gonna tell them who's fighting?
We've got USYK and CHISORA seeing their arrivals into the bubble, which was actually aired today on the Matchroom Boxing YouTube.
Shout out Matchroom.
Yeah, he's ready. You could tell he's in a good mind frame. He's mentally prepared.
Who are we talking about?
Derek Chisora. Mentally prepared. I mean, Usyk's coming, he's being his crazy self, you know, he's dancing, he's very relaxed. I mean, the man never gets phased. And that's because of his boxing ability. But it tells me I want Chisora to win. It really does, because he's a Brit. He's probably, this is his last chance to get one of them big title fights. It's
almost like a big title fight, though, isn't it?
It almost is, and he's knocked Takam clean out. You know, if he wins this, it will be such a huge statement and a huge upset to so many fans around the world. You know, you can't not want that to happen, because that's what boxing's about. It's about the upsets. It's about how you come back. Yeah,
especially as Brits, we love the underdog story.
We love the underdog, and in this point, exactly as we were just saying, Chisora is the underdog. Okay, as much as he's got a massive bang on him, he will go and give it everything. He's going to be ready to die, as he told Joshua when Joshua fought Ruiz in the second fight. You've got to be ready to die. Chisora's going to take his own advice and get in there, and he will be ready to die. However, he's fighting someone who has one of the best boxing pedigrees known to man. I mean, the guy will pick him apart. He's definitely going to be have been studying Chisora's ability and what he done in his last fight. He's going to get the footwork down to a T. Chisora's going to have to land something absolutely spectacular to get that win. But that's what everyone gets excited about. They want to see that massive knockout, and they want to see Usyk laid out on the floor, not being able to believe what's just taken place.
Everyone outside of Ukraine.
Everyone outside of Ukraine. But what I'm getting at is there's going to have to be something spectacular for that upset to take place.
I've got a friend on inside Derek's camp. Big up Wrapped Up Fighting.
Wrapped Up Fighting.
Shout out my guy Danny. He said that, you know, from the actual inside scoop, he said that Derek looks unreal. Have definitely given Chisora 2.0 a new lease of life. Good for them. Good for him. The Usyk dilemma is that even as fans, we don't quite know what Usyk's about at heavyweight. They had to find an opponent within 10 days, I believe.
Yeah.
So Chaz Witherspoon was the guy. He didn't roll over as such, but he was semi-retired. He's a car salesman. He's got his own car though. So, and a lot of people said Usyk didn't look great in that fight. Now, it's not always easy to look good against opponents that are changed last minute.
Agreed.
Especially when you know the person's semi-retired. Yeah, we're witnessing a lot of similar comparisons with footballers not performing at their usual level, coming back to your point about the crowd, right? Now, no crowd is only an issue if the fighter, I believe, isn't mentally conditioned to go the extra yards. Meaning, they need to dig deep and they need that extra, like in the football we talk about the 12th man. So in boxing, if you need the crowd to lift you, or you feed off that energy. Now, look, listen, every performer, every athlete who performs in front of live audiences definitely feeds off the crowd, even 1%. Some people do it to a much larger degree.
Absolutely,
They thrive on it. But Usyk, there's still a few question marks, man, and everyone thinks he's going to win. But I've heard people's versions of how he's going to win. It kind of slightly changed. People say, oh, he's going to he'll get rid of Chisora late, this, that, the other. I don't see Usyk doing to Chisora what he did to Tony Bellew. I think Usyk will try and he'll be death by 1,000 cuts, and he'll probably TKO Derek. I believe the fight will probably end with Derek on his feet. What about Derek's know-how to fight? Now we know Usyk's got amazing footwork. My question to you is, if Derek gets on him and stays on him from early with his weight and roughs him up, how's Usyk going to react?
Well, this is exactly it, because that's, without a shadow of a doubt, what Chisora is going to have to do. He's going to have to be on him from the second that bell goes, and he's going to have to carry that on until the end if he wants to last. Does Chisora's new training camp, training regime, does it allow him to do that for that amount of time? Bear in mind, Usyk's not just going to be sitting there allowing him to do that. Is he going to be able to withstand the punches, the combinations, the movement? You know, he's going to have to stay and not put 1 foot wrong to get the knockout. If he's not doing that, he's not going to come up trumps. He's going to actually start fighting Usyk's fight, which is going to be the trouble.
No, yeah, he hasn't got any hope if he gets sucked into that. I think
he knows he needs the big punch.
Yeah, Derek does a lot of those no look, because he's a short heavyweight, and this is, by the way, a lot of people keep getting it confused that he's the heavier, larger man, but Usyk's taller by about at least 2 inches. I saw them at the last press conference before it cooled off, and okay, Usyk had a fedora Michael Jackson hat on, but he was at least 2 inches taller than Derek at eye level. So Derek's a short heavyweight. What is he, 6'1", 6'2"?
Something like that, probably.
He's
6'1",
massive though. I haven't seen a guy with bigger forearms than Derek Chisora. Not even AJ's forearms are as big as that. So like, yeah, if he connects with that, a haymaker or an over right, or even a left hook, but you're thinking that he's not even going to be watching Usyk as such, in the sense that Derek's just, it's like a, I don't know, swing and pray kind of thing.
I think he's going to have to eat a lot of leather.
He doesn't mind doing that though.
This is it. This is the question. Is he going to be able to do that for the full 12 rounds, or is he going to get picked off like Bellew did?
No one can take.
The other question to discuss as well is, do you think the mind games that Usyk's been playing with Chisora is going to play a big part in this? Because from the get-go, when he started doing his Hello Derek videos, the trolling, the showing of confidence that he has, is that playing a game, or is Chisora experienced enough not to have to worry about that?
To be honest, Derek's been in there with bigger jokers than Usyk, Tyson Fury twice, and this is when Tyson Fury was off the rails Tyson Fury. Derek's seen everything. Derek's walked out of off the gloves interviews with Dillian. Derek's thrown tables in press conferences. So Derek is more of a lunatic than anyone. So I don't think Derek actually gives a shite about anyone. I think Derek, the one thing we know about Derek is he's strictly business. He's strictly business, Derek. He might say this, that and the other, but Derek is a numbers man. I think it's a language barrier thing. I think they were genius to actually utilise their limited trolling that they could do, and to have such effect. Instagram has worked wonders for them. So big up Usyk and his son running on the beach back in April or May or whatever it was. What was it? I'm run, Derek.
Where are you?
Yeah. So that's great. I think it was just a language barrier thing where they couldn't even get personal if they tried. You remember Tony Bellew, pressers, was showing Usyk lots of respect, but he also had a lot of venom in how he was talking. And Usyk was sitting there doing Sudoku puzzles. So I think Usyk has got a screw loose. I don't think there's any disrespect from Usyk to Chisora or vice versa, which is a breath of fresh air. For Derek to be involved in a fight that is involving one of the top 5-6 technicians in the world of boxing, that's credit to Derek, man. 2.0, credit to David Hay, credit to all his team. I think Derek wins either way. Unless Derek gets embarrassed, Derek wins regardless what happens here. If Derek goes 12 rounds with Usyk, which no one's putting their money on, if he does do that, that's a moral victory for Derek.
Absolutely, yeah.
Meaning,
I know he respects.
He's back in the game.
Yeah, and he respects Usyk for taking the fight. He's done everything he probably wanted to do in boxing, and he's now coming up to heavyweight. And I truly believe that he is going to have a real test at heavyweight against someone like Chisora. His previous opponent, as we previously discussed, wasn't the best, but he needed to step up a little warm-up fight.
Yeah.
If he beats Chisora, like most people are probably saying he is going to, then that lines him up for the bigger fights.
Yeah.
However, Chisora's now got an opportunity to catapult himself into one of them title shots. So it's such an exciting fight. This is why everyone's going to tune in. This is why I'm going to tune in and just be on the edge of my seat as soon as that bell goes, and I can't wait to see these people. There's got to be no excuses. Chisora's put everything on the line. You see David Haye so confident of his fighter. He always is confident of his fighter. It doesn't always work out, but that's for me a good manager. You believe in your fighters. So at the end of the day, there's got to be no excuses. Chisora looks in the best shape of his life almost, you know.
Yeah.
Chisora 2.0. Let's see what he can bring. Let's see if he actually has worked on things that we've never seen before. And that's why everyone's going to tune in, mate.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, yeah, all eyes on Halloween. It's definitely a blockbuster fight. The world's going through all sorts of weird times at the minute, and it's a great fight. Great fight.
Absolutely, mate.
Let's